Second Canto, The Rebellion of the Thrones. The failure of the human kingdom and the rise of prophetic hope. The kingdom was established. Jerusalem shone brightly. David's throne, though human, carried within it an echo of an eternal promise. The law resided within its walls, the sanctuary pulsed with worship, and enemies were kept at bay. Israel was at its peak, but the seeds of forgetfulness were already germinating beneath the surface. Satan, knowing he could not destroy from without, infiltrated the hearts of power. David's heir, called to reflect the justice of the Most High, began to covet foreign thrones. Gold, political alliances, palaces, and pleasures brought with them a slow corruption. The holy was negotiated, the eternal relegated. It was Solomon, the wise son, who first elevated the kingdom to unprecedented heights. Under his rule, the wisdom of the Most High attracted kings and queens from distant lands. The temple was built with glory, the divine presence filled it. It was the splendor of the visible kingdom. For a moment, it was the image of the promised kingdom, but external grandeur was not enough. The king's heart began to lean towards what God had forbidden: foreign women, pagan idols, pacts without prayer. Altars dedicated to other gods rose on sacred ground. Solomon, the wise, divided his loyalty, and with that, the judgment was sealed. The kingdom would be divided. I will tear the kingdom from you, but for David's sake, not in your days. Thus, after the king's death, the kingdom was broken. 10 tribes separated, following Jeroboam, an ambitious leader who erected golden calves to prevent his people from returning to the temple in Jerusalem. Only Judah and Benjamin remained faithful to David's lineage. The northern kingdom was called Israel, the southern, Judah. 2 crowns, 2 altars, 2 paths. From that moment, history became a constant pendulum swing between prophecy and power. Kings rose with strength and fell due to pride. Some listened to the Most High, most did not. In Israel, corruption quickly solidified. Satan raised thrones upon altars of idolatry. Kings like Ahab, along with the ruthless Jezebel, persecuted the prophets, killed the faithful, and filled the kingdom with innocent blood. But the Most High did not remain silent. Like flames in the night, prophets emerged, voices like Elijah, who challenged the system on Mount Carmel, bringing fire down from heaven to prove who the true God was. Then Elisha, with a double portion of the Spirit, who healed, resurrected, and confronted kings. Every prophetic word was a sword, every judgment a warning. But the people wavered between fear and forgetfulness. The northern kingdom, after centuries of apostasy, was finally delivered to Assyria. Its inhabitants were scattered and their thrones silenced. Judah, though more constant, was not free from corruption. Righteous kings like Hezekiah and Josiah shone like stars. They restored the law, purified the temple, tried to awaken a sleeping nation, but their reforms were brief. The people continued to desire the gods of the nations. Then empires came, Assyria first and then Babylon, as the hammer of divine judgment. Jerusalem was besieged, its temple plundered, and finally destroyed. The kingdom fell. The people were chained and led into exile. David's throne remained empty, and with it the promised land became only a bitter memory. It seemed the promise had been broken, that the eternal throne had been extinguished, that the covenant had been shattered forever. But amidst the fallen walls and the harps hung on the willows by the river, the prophets still spoke. They announced not only restoration, but the coming of a king who would not be overthrown, one who would not rule by earthly power, but with eternal justice. Satan believed he had won, but the inheritance lived on. The kingdom was hidden, but it had not been destroyed. In the ashes of rebellion, the flame of redemption still burned.